Hey guys, Dennis back with a brand new video. Today we're changing transmission fluid on a 2015 GMC Acadia. All right, so to drain your transmission fluid, you're gonna need an 11mm socket. Here is your drain plug. So this is the bottom side of the engine. Just look for your flex coupling off your exhaust here. And then right here, you have this drain plug. And it actually comes out pretty easily. So I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit. And I'm gonna get it the rest of the way by hand. There it goes. So we're just kind of using this funnel to keep it from splattering because ATF is very watery when it's hot. So this is what your drain plug looks like. This is not a magnet on here. And this is pretty much done draining out. So you're not gonna be able to get all of the fluid out. This vehicle does take about 9 quarts total. The torque converter holds quite a bit. So what we're gonna do is, we just finished draining this. We're gonna empty out our catch pan into another container and see how much fluid drained out. We're gonna put that much fluid back in. Then we'll start the vehicle, run it through the gears, take it for a drive, and then we're gonna repeat the same process once more. And that should get us fairly flushed out without actually using a transmission flushing machine. And you don't wanna over tighten this. Get it snug. And then maybe another quarter turn. This is what the old fluid looks like. What we're doing now is we're gonna measure what we drained out of the transmission. And then we're gonna put that amount back. We'll check our level on our dipstick, start the car up, run it through the gears. We'll check the level once more, make sure it's at least at minimum, and then we'll drive the car around and get the transmission back up to temp with the new fluid. And then we'll come back, we'll drain it once more. And that should have got some of the new fluid into the torque converter and some of the old fluid out. So you need to make sure that you use Dexron 6 on this vehicle, not ATF 4, not Dexron 3. It has to be 6 for this particular vehicle. And that does change based on the year that you have. So what we're gonna be using is Valvoline. You'll see it's good for Dexron 6. All right, so when you open your hood, this is what your transmission dipstick is. This is where you check your level and also where you refill it after you drain. So all you do is you twist it to the left, pull out your dipstick, and then we can fill right here. So we took out about 4 1/4 quarts. So we're gonna drop a full gallon in here, which is 4 quarts, and we'll check our level. And then after that, we will add from another container to get it up to exactly the level that we need to before we take it for a test drive. And you can see the color of the new stuff. It's like this pinkish red color. So you can definitely tell that the old fluid was quite worn just by the color of it. All right, so that's 1 gallon, that's 4 quarts. I'm gonna pull the funnel, we're gonna check the level. Probably gonna need to add a little bit more. So your level on here, if you can see it, there's a min and max, and there's this little crosshatch pattern. You want it to be at least on min. Ideally, you want it in the crosshatch pattern. And you really want to check it while it's hot. We're gonna start the car, run it through the gears, get some fluid back, kind of circulating in the transmission, and then we'll take it for a test drive. Yeah, so we're just to the bottom tip of this. So we're gonna add a little bit more. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we can see it. All right, so our next step, got the car back off the ramps, we're gonna start it. We're gonna put our foot on the brake, and then we're gonna run it through the gears here. Make sure you have your foot on the brake when you're doing that too. Now we're gonna take it for a test ride. All right, so we are back from our test drive, and we are gonna drain our transmission once more. And if you look at the fluid now, it's a little bit lighter. You can almost see a red tinge to it. It's a little bit lighter than it was initially. So all the new fluid mixed in with the remaining fluid in the torque converter and all the other spots in the transmission that didn't drain out. All right, so now that we have this drained a second time after our test drive, we are going to fill it back up. And we got about 4 1/2 quarts this last time we drained it. So we're gonna put another gallon in. All right, we're gonna check our level once more here. It probably does need another 1/2 quart. So I'm gonna pull our funnel, check our level, and then we will go for another test ride. All right, we look to be good. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button if this was useful to you, and consider hitting that subscribe button. Until next time.